don't hit too low, no, I need my legs. Coach, please sit him, young dog, can't catch. Send him to the bench, I done lost my respect. I'm gone, long to a D for me. This ain't come from the league, I got money, take care of mine. Ride to the wheels, don't crash. And I hit whoever long as we get past. Take it back to pay a touchdown. Whoever thought I have a buzz down. Still sticking to the script, going deep. Still trying to take care of my people. Football ain't all I know, that was all I chose. Back to the road for me. If I don't provide, doggy, how we gon' need that step? Just let a young know that step. I never knew my broke down. Ready, sit here, don't hit too low, no, I need my legs. Coach, please sit him, young dog, can't catch. Send him to the bench, I done lost my respect. I'm gone down. Ready, sit here, don't hit too low, no, I need my legs. Coach, please sit him, young dog, can't catch. Send him to the bench, I done lost my respect. I'm gone.
Walking down a dark road, hard cold, all alone. I'm on my own, nobody better ask me for none. Remember we was sliding in that four-door Audi. When it's smoke, they get the hot and make them scary boys run. Remember when I ain't have it, if I want it, I can buy it. I ain't bragging, I can go and blow it back just for fun. If we gon' keep it real, I took a lot of L's. I know pain, I went through hell, but I still came on them. I do my own stunts, don't need a backup. Tired of feeling broke, I got my racks up. These 4 pockets full won't fold on me. How you claiming you my dog and then you hold on me? Nowadays they ain't showing real loyal. I was walking down the dark road, hard cold, all alone. I'm on my own, nobody better ask me for none. Remember we was sliding in that four-door Audi. When it's smoke, they get the hot and make them scary boys run. Remember when I ain't have it, if I want it, I can buy it. I ain't bragging, I can go and blow it back just for fun. If we gon' keep it real, I took a lot of L's. I know pain, I went through hell, but I still came out number one. I was walking down the dark road, hard cold, all alone. I'm on my own, nobody better ask me for none. Remember we was sliding in that four-door Audi. When it's smoke, they get the hot and make them scary boys run. Remember when I ain't have it, if I want it, I can buy it. I ain't bragging, I can go and blow it back just for fun. If we gon' keep it real, I took a lot of L's. I know pain, I went through hell, but I still came out number one.
Exclusive.
Benefactor. Well, truthfully, we know you never been a factor. Well, honestly, the truth is that you've been an actor. And now your actions got them boys about to mass up. Lectures from the devil got you piping hot. This up and you get screwed and chopped, no Michael Watts. When I was 10, I knew I should have been on rap a lot. Think like Jay Prince and I do more than just rap a lot. I went and got my digits up. Your favorite, bruh. You don't want no trouble, cuz. The 25th, I got a meeting with the governor. That's real rap a lot, no cap a lot. I used to from Farron down to Camelot. I used to whip up in my granny's pot. She asked my friends, was I? They said, nope, he not. The line to a praying woman. The truth's a heavy burden and it's weighing on me. Red doggies caught me slipping with the wailing on me. I went to calling out for Jesus like a reverend on me. Chalked it up to sin, took it on my chin. Gotta take some L's if you wanna win. They took a but didn't take us in. I didn't even have no re-up I could re-up with. Had to rob another just to re-up. Pray to God that in his heart he found forgiveness for me. It was nothing personal, it was just business for me. When I got on, I paid him back and told him it was ugly. I'd rather ask forgiveness like 100 times than be asking for permission in a beggar's line. Cause of who I be and check out how I tend to mine. I got a partner who don't eat no pork at dinner time, but let you act like you gon' ever hurt or injure mine. He have your woman, and that's by dinner time. I keep my eyes on glory till the devil get behind. Now bear in mind the devil made me offers I decline. We not aligned, not combined, I am not confined to any wicked system that these demons have designed. They frame a mind and have you salty as a bacon rind. I'm trying to mastermind how to help out humankind. I'm open mind, but I do not walk with none aligned. My state of mind is to keep a peace of mind. I'm like Malcolm with my piece at the Venetian blinds. I'm trying to manifest some things in my subconscious mind that I have only seen in dreams in my unconscious mind. My dreams unrefined, spring to mind, a state of mind that make it seem this lucky life of mine is pre-designed. And if it is, to thank the Lord, cause that's the mastermind. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Who you a fool for this? Who you a fool for this?
Murder on the beat, so it's not nice.
Oh no, oh man, I just made a mess. When I run it, ain't no stopping, I don't never rest. Down said hunt, kick a punt, then I make them catch 5,000 ones in an hour, I'ma make it stretch. I just made a mess, I just made a mess. I got cash by the bundle, so I never press. I just made a mess, I just made a mess. 50-yard TD with the winning catch. Oh no, oh no. Oh no, no, no. I just made a mess. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. I just made a mess. I just made a mess. I just made a mess. When they throw the pass, all I know is catch. I just want the bag, like a Nike check. All I know is flex. Bust the defense open, running through some. I don't know no plays on the field, I just free from. Caught it with the left, but I'm better with my right arm. When they call blitz, hit stick, don't mean no harm. Oh no, oh man, I just made a mess. When I ran it, ain't no stopping, I don't never rest. Down said hunt, kick a punt, then I make them catch 5,000 ones in an hour, I'ma make it stretch. I just made a mess, I just made a mess. I got cash by the bundle, so I don't never press. I just made a mess, I just made a mess. 50-yard TD with the winning catch. Oh no, oh no, oh no, no, no. I just made a mess, oh no. On the sideline watching, so I make them clap it up, clap it up, now clap it up. Down and dirty on the field, make a mess and then I make them clean it up, clean it up. On the field is not a drill, $50 million deals. Yeah, we get the cap for real, I make it thunderstorm for real. Real baller, first string, gotta do it for the team. Ball so hard, I call fatigue, running yards is out your league. Oh no, oh man, I just made a mess. When I ran it, ain't no stopping, I don't never rest. Down said hunt, kick a punt, then I make them catch 5,000 ones in an hour, I'ma make it stretch. I just made a mess, I just made a mess. I got cash by the bundle, so I don't never press. I just made a mess, I just made a mess. 50-yard TD with the winning catch. Oh no, oh no, oh no, no, no. I just made a mess. Oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 no. I just made a mess.
Let's get activated, let's get activated. Let's get activated, let's get activated. QB in the pocket, let it go, them bullets penetrate. When you in that field, it get real, just stay dedicated. Go.
Put me in the game, I know what to do. Show me something. That's another sack, cause I be running through it. I set up the play, I'ma make a move. Audible. It's gonna be a blitz if I run into you.
Go. When the kick off the bomb, run it back. Hail Mary, pray the feds don't intercept the pack. Familiar with the struggle, look, I'm coming up from scratch. Nothing. Huddle with my pain, then I turned it to some racks. Celebrate. Nothing motivate me more than when I hear the crowd roar. Check my name in the stands, I got drums, I got bands. Same ones that was hating, buying tickets, now they fans. Call a blitz, they don't see you, they gon' tackle your little man. Get 'em. Let's get activated, let's get activated. Go. Let's get activated, let's get activated. QB in the pocket, let it go, them bullets penetrate. When you in that field, it get real, just stay dedicated. Go.
Put me in the game, I know what to do.
Show me something.
That's another sack, cause I be running through it. I set up the play, I'ma make a move.
Audible.
It's gonna be a blitz if I run into you.
Go. Pop out, treat this block like an end zone. What? Score, check it. Benji calling money my ringtone. Hundreds or blue, put her in the friend zone. She turned on more. Ooh. Take one for the team, I do that for my boys. Red game.
Time ticking. I'ma give it all until the last minute. Set up the block just for my man, I bet we win it. Go hard or go home, it's survival of the fittest.
Let's get activated, let's get activated. Go. Let's get activated, let's get activated. QB in the pocket, let it go, them bullets penetrate.
It's just a little hit for the summer. Big deal. Whoa, here I go. I'm jumping out of green balloon. Geronimo, man, I like big wheels, 24s, and I let the paint drip like the hose. Whoa, big cars, suicide doors, I got scores. You don't know my life is hard. Make me wake up in the morning. Chinchilla for the wizard, I just swear to clip. Queen Latifah, Rigo, living single, but I'm busy like a club. You ain't noticed I was gone yet. Summer trips and family trips is still.
Today, from Metlife Stadium in New Jersey, it's week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the New York Giants taking on the Denver Broncos.
We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Metlife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, so happy to be with you to kick off this much-anticipated 2021 season. With me in the booth as we begin our 6th season together is, of course, Charles Davis. And CD, so much to watch for coming up. What are you keeping an eye on?
Well, Brandon, I'm ecstatic to be back with you, of course, and we've got a good one right here out of the gates. I'm interested in seeing some of the changes in 2021. Running backs and wideouts, even linebackers wearing single-digit numbers. But even more than that, I want to see the changes defenses have made, because last year, we averaged 49.6 points per game. That's the highest ever by 3 full points. Can these defenses make an adjustment and start to catch up?
Yeah, passer rating, CD, an all-time high. Completion percentage, also an all-time high. So as you said, will those numbers continue to climb northward, or will the defenses adjust? They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense. 2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
There's the first NFL catch for Kadarius Toney. That catch good for only a couple. On play action, they'll throw. Flushed out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Draymond Jones. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Comes out. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So now here are the Broncos with excellent field position to start off. They'll be led out by a 7-time Pro Bowl quarterback in his 10th NFL season now. That's Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills. The ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Play action. It's Wilson. Looking for the end zone. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. 26 yards. And the Broncos are on the board here first in the season opener. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. Hardly any time taken off the clock there. 2 plays, and they find the end zone for 6 points. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team running the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day one.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. It's Barkley on the counter. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
2nd down and 3. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Some early fireworks from this rookie quarterback getting the start in week 1.
And every time a rookie quarterback gets to start week 1, you and I both know the extra attention that comes with it. We know that he's going to throw the football, but will he make the right decisions? And in this case with his legs, he showed the defense there's an extra dynamic to his game.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Oh, trying to fit it into Shepard, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And to the 42-yard line here. Down there.
And a run like that shouldn't surprise anyone who's ever seen Javonte Williams play. Compact, strong, physical runner. He ran for 1,000 yards in North Carolina last year. In fact, it was over 1,100 and 19 touchdowns in addition. And that's despite sharing the backfield with another 1,000-yard rusher, Michael Carter, who was taken in the 4th round by the Jets. Najee Harris and Travis Etienne were taking over him. But many thought that Javonte Williams might be the best back in the draft.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They go play action now. Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Azeez Ojulari brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Wilson. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And they regroup defensively after the broken tackle, getting to him just beyond the 45. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. That's complete. Okuebuna. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks, don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll give it to Barkley off the option play. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, they headline the addition of a 17th regular season game. What did you think when you heard the news that this was happening?
Well, my first thought, partner, was finally, because we've heard about a 17th game coming for a long time, and now here it is. So the beautiful part about all of it is that 17th game is going to be like these interdivision, interconference type games that are going to match up and play out over a 4-year period. And that's kind of cool. And I was looking forward to seeing some of the matchups that were going to come out of that for that 17th game. And could that be the game that decides a bunch of division titles?
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle to Beckham. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Back to throw here. Flushed out right. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. Touchdown! Kenny Galladay, 27 yards. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Denver's offense now set to go. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. But you said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing is Wilson. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. DJ Jones in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. 2nd and 15. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Broncos are going to have it here just past the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. He'll drop this down to Williams. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. From the gun, it's Wilson. He shakes him off. Being chased out left. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. On 1st down, Wilson. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Patrick. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now Wilson on 1st down. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Patrick. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. They go play action with Wilson. Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Broncos would extend their lead here just before halftime. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second-half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
McManus now for the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. From the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. throw now on the final play. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. It's caught inside the 25. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, a touchdown pass.
I like how you described it solid because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach!
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, where it was the visiting Cowboys who got the win on the road. Dak Prescott, 2 touchdown passes, as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. From there, we head up to Kansas City, check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Amari Cooper, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Lastly, let's check in on our nation's capital to see what's happening with the Washington football team at home at FedEx Field. And they were losers in that one to the visiting LA Chargers. Justin Herbert with 3 touchdown passes in the Week 1 victory. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 48 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs,
Here's a diving catch right side. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. And I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
And he slides to a halt inside the 10.
looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. From the 25 on second down, Wilson. It's Williams on the catch. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now it's Wilson. Into the hands of Patrick left side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 43. On the counter, here's Williams. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy. 3rd down here. Here's Wilson. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright, and we will remain tied here in this 3rd quarter. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Here's a give to Barkley. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now to this point. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the 1st.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
A 1st down carry for Barkley, and they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On the move to his left. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. He's got him in, complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he gets it up to the 46. A huge play there for Denver. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you'll get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there. And he did a lot of that on that play.
Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. That one's complete to Tomlinson. Garrett Bowles, 2nd team All-Pro last year, guilty there. Wilson will throw again. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And McManus able to put it through. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Another drive coming up for New York's offense. And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice. They'll start by running the option to the right. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
You thought you had
He completes it to Beckham. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So a nice throw there. And, CD, I have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
Now, you know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to play the game in a short amount of time. The dazzling plays, they'll come with experience. But right now, we're seeing him handle the game, make all the smart plays, and the right reads.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick. Thus, inaccurate, incomplete.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. 4th and short, had your offense out there. That one stays.
And you know something? Your options change dramatically. Not only is it tougher to go for it, but what if you decided just to line up and try and draw them off sides? If you did it on 4th and short, you could pick up the cheap first down. Now, you still won't get a first down even if you do exactly the same thing.
Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. On 3rd down, Barkley. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It's caught. Beckham. And it'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. They'll set up to throw. Here's Tony on the quick slant. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. He's back to throw. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. They run the counter. Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll go to Barkley again. And a effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Back to throw. Steps away. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Their mobile, agile quarterback now with his 3rd touchdown in his first ever NFL game. And the Giants are going to jump back in front.
Wow, I know it's a never say never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Extra point try good by Gano, and that will make this a 4-point game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. So Russell Wilson in the offense. Down by 4. A little over a minute to go. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. Wilson to throw. Able to get this to Patrick. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Throwing now is Wilson. And that's caught by Williams. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's Wilson. This one swung out to Williams. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Now Wilson. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And this game a little tough to figure out. He's got the 4 interceptions as we take a look at the struggles. They're winning, though.
If this were a movie, this script would be rejected by everyone in town because this isn't how it's supposed to be. The guy throwing the ball is supposed to be the hero, not the GOAT. But now he's got to find a way to make plays down the stretch that don't hurt his team anymore because they've taken great care of him throughout this one.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, it's Barkley. And he gets it down to the 32. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Giants, that'll be a happy locker room as they start the season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on Washington. Meanwhile, for Denver, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville.
I'm ready for more. You fired up, I'm fired up. Don't run from rap. 1, 2, 3. Hey. I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for more. Game time. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. I just got 20, I'm running on empty. There's more where that came from, my money is silly. I feel it.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
We attacking, better stand back and watch a run. Shotgun come with the options. Send big blitz, nobody blocking. Big win, that's a ring and a watch. Strong in when he come in the slot. Tryna bend the corner, your limbs getting. That's your partner, then your twin game. All you wanna do is talk, I don't need talk. I heard somebody talk. I can pull up with that, shoot rock with that. Banging my chest and my head on the lock. Feeling like Walker Flock of Flame. I put the opposition out the game. I'm out the pocket, but I rock with the game. We attacking, better stand back and watch a run. Shotgun come with the options. Send big blitz, nobody blocking. Big win, that's a ring and a watch. Strong in when he come in the slot. Tryna bend the corner, your limbs getting. That's your partner, then your twin game. All you wanna do is talk, I don't need talk. I heard somebody talk. I can pull up with that, shoot rock with that. Banging my chest and my head on the lock. Feeling like Walker Flock of Flame. I put the opposition out the game. I'm out the pocket, but I rock with the game. We attacking, better stand back and watch a run. Shotgun come with the options. Send big blitz, nobody blocking. Big win, that's a ring and a watch. Strong in when he come in the slot. Tryna bend the corner, your limbs getting. That's your partner, then your twin game. All you wanna do is talk, I don't need talk. I heard somebody talk. I can pull up with that, shoot rock with that. Banging my chest and my head on the lock. Feeling like Walker Flock of Flame. I put the opposition out the game. I'm out the pocket, but I rock with the game. We attacking, better stand back and watch a run. Shotgun come with the options. Send big blitz, nobody blocking. Big win, that's a ring and a watch. Strong in when he come in the slot. Tryna bend the corner, your limbs getting. That's your partner, then your twin game. All you wanna do is talk, I don't need talk. I heard somebody talk. I can pull up with that, shoot rock with that. Banging my chest and my head on the lock. Feeling like Walker Flock of Flame. I put the opposition out the game. I'm out the pocket, but I rock with the game. We attacking, better stand back and watch a run. Shotgun come with the options. Send big blitz, nobody blocking. Big win, that's a ring and a watch. Strong in when he come in the slot. Tryna bend the corner, your limbs getting. That's your partner, then your twin game. All you wanna do is talk, I don't need talk. I heard somebody talk. I can pull up with that, shoot rock with that. Banging my chest and my head on the lock. Feeling like Walker Flock of Flame. I put the opposition out the game. I'm out the pocket, but I rock with the game. We attacking, better stand back and watch a run. Shotgun come with the options. Send big blitz, nobody blocking. Big